are back here to the farm, and Jared is stirring up the manure in the lagoon. They're hauling manure a couple miles away from here, and he's dropped off for a few minutes and got to run the crawler. What I'm doing now is I'm getting ready to put duals on this 7730. I got a set of duals. I think it's the middle set that we're going to put on this 7730, and we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. The girls are using the telehandler, so I can't carry the duals up to the shop and jack the tractor up and do all that fancy stuff. We've got a block of wood sitting on the ground here. We're going to back the tractor up on it, carry the dual over, and set it up. Then we're going to hook this to the roller, and Andrew's going to roll some hay fields, aren't you, bub? Yeah. All right, back that tractor up on that block. I'll stop you, and then I'll go grab the wheel. Shut the door when you get out. Got brother backing in to grab a load of manure. We're gonna go ahead and respect him, and we're not going to video him backing up, because when you have the camera out, the truck never ends up doing what you want it to do. So we're gonna video Andrew backing up instead, and we're gonna see if he can get this stopped on the block. Oh, that's good right there. Probably a little too high. So we'll go ahead and grab our dual. See, just like that, he got it backed in there. All right, you can pull that off the block, Andrew. Turn around and back that side up on the block. All right, so we've got that one on there. Again, this is the old-fashioned way of doing it, minus the forklift and the zip gun. We used to do it this way years ago, but that was when we were putting snap-on duals on. I'm actually gonna pull that block of wood out and grab that 2x6. That 2x6 really doesn't need to be in there. 2x8 rather. So we'll let him get turned around, get that other side up on there. Jared has parked the crawler, and now he's loading his trailer, and you'll see the green Mac is on there because we had to pull the Western Star off. That's when we discovered the 900 had its problem, and he hasn't switched trucks back there yet. So Andrew's getting turned around and set. We got to pull the bolts out of that hub and grab this dual or the right side and get her on there. Might not put the tractor up high enough because the dual's on that other side, and it might not let the tractor tip enough. All right, we've got that wheel on there. We're gonna get the forklift up to the shop. Junior's gonna give me a ride back down here. We're gonna grab this tractor, get it hooked up to the roller. We've got to get some speckles of manure cleaned off of it. Loading manure in the wind gets a little spatter on you. So let's go ahead and get this old girl up to the shop. we've got that all hooked up for him, and he's gonna head over to roll some hay fields. So we're actually gonna go over and see how he's making out. We're gonna check up on him, and then we've got a tractor to get that's over there. Sarah's gonna bring that home. And this is the kind of the start of field work, I guess. We've been doing a little bit of manure application, and now we're just starting to get into some of the other stuff. Well, this field here is the first field that we're using the roller on. This is new seeding here. It was seeded down in the summer of 2021. We picked stones several times when we seed a field down. However, we picked up a lot of tennis ball and softball sized stones in this field, and what we're hoping to be able to do is to push them down in with this roller and not give the merger the ability to pick them up and put them in the damn windrow. It costs a lot of money to replace knives on the chopper, so it's rather important to have GPS. We've got the 4640 display in this tractor, and neither Jared or Andrew or Alex have used the 4640 display, so Alex is riding with Andrew, and then while he's gone to school tomorrow, she's gonna run this and get some packing done as well. Well, we're kind of picking up where we left off with the last video. When I picked up the 7290, it was sitting right over there, and I seen that they were setting these mats down. Of course, we've got you know, a letter that's saying that they were going to service these power lines, and then they set these mats down so that they are a little easier on the ground. They can't disrupt anything. However, the power lines, they own this land. They have the right of way to it. They go way above and beyond what they need to do because of all of the tree huggers and what have you. And they have these mats. I don't know if you've seen these wooden plank style things around or not, but they are roughly, well, they're 8 to 8.5 foot wide and maybe 20 foot long. And they have these designed to go across the land. They can go across wetlands, everything. They drive trucks down them, equipment, what have you. And they have an astronomical amount of money set up in just designing, or not really designing this stuff, but having this stuff so that they can get off the road to service power lines that they own. They kind of own the land too. They pay for crop loss and whatever, but they do an awesome job as far as trying to protect the, I don't know if you call it the environment or what. But we're gonna go ahead and drive down this thing. They've got this single stacked here. They've got it double stacked in other spots. They bring this stuff in on trailers, and they have to just set this stuff up to make a roadway. It is unbelievable how they can lay this stuff out to be able to get in and service these lines. I don't know what the heck they're doing exactly, but well, that pole right there, I don't know if they have to do something to it. I really don't know what they have going on. The one thing I worry about is, what is this hay gonna look like underneath it? I would almost rather them just drive in. Just go ahead, just drive across. What are you gonna hurt? You know, as long as we don't get a lot of rain, what are you gonna hurt? I'd rather fix ruts than deal with dead alfalfa. But we're only, I don't know, I don't have a tape measure with me, 25 feet wide here. And the only other problem is they're going to be going across the cornfield, and I wouldn't care if the corn was already planted and they killed the corn. However, it's going to make a mess when we go to chisel plow this. We're going to have to plow it in separate fields, more or less. So I don't know if I can get Sarah over here. Well, they had set out these mats. They only had a little bit of it done from when I came through here this morning, which was in the last video, the beginning of the last, or halfway through the last video. They were up by the road up there, and they made it all the way down to here. Now, right in this one spot, they dropped down into a dip, and they have these stacked. Oh, there is, yeah, 1, 2, 3. They're 4 high right there. So let's see how wide these sections. This is a section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's only 5 of them, maybe a 5 foot, but they must have them in different widths. What I was wondering is, how do they must have one, it looks like they have one long bolt through the whole thing. Yeah, it's a 1-inch. Yeah, that is a 1-inch bolt going through the rod, going through the whole thing, and that just bolts them together. It is a lot of lumber up through there. Yeah, these are 5-foot sections here. Maybe all of these sections are only in 5-foot sections, but I could have swore I've seen these before where they are, you know, about 8 foot wide. But these are all 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a large beam there, but that is amazing. So down on Warner's Road, they are working in from that way, and they're going to have these 2 roadways connected here probably by tomorrow. And what I would almost tell them is, hey, they're probably, well, I don't know how they do it. If they're backing the tractor trailer that has the planks on it down through here, but I would say just drive your freaking truck down through the field. It's not soft right now, and you don't have to worry about hurting anything. Get in here, get out, get your job done, and yeah, you'll be able to get out of our way, and you'll be able to get your job done faster. So we'll go ahead and check on some fields that are over in this area. We did seed some hay down on this farm here last summer. I want to check on those fields to see if we have to replant anything, and I want to see if there's anything that needs to be rolled over in this area. Tomorrow morning, I'd like to ask these guys if they can take that excavator right there, come over and grab that old tree right there, just stuff it out of the way. But they're probably not allowed to step off of their they're probably not allowed to step off of their right-of-way here at all. A couple years ago, some guys came in the area, or they were in the area mowing underneath power lines or something, or I can't remember what the heck they were doing, but they got a truck stuck. They would come to the farm. They wanted to know if I could pull them out. And we had a head gasket that went on the 9560, so I said, yeah, we can go down and pull you out. So I pulled them out, made a video of it. Oh my God. The guys from the company got mad at me. They called me, sent me emails and everything else, and they said, you got to take that video down. We are getting a lot of heat from the higher ups in the company here. Apparently they were in an area they shouldn't have been in, or they called on a guy that they shouldn't have called on, meaning me, and they got scolded for it. So yeah, this field here is on a little bit of a side hill. I want to have Alex roll this. This little spot right here, from, well, that edge right there, about just to the other side of this silo, coming to the north here. My father cleaned up all of this, and I seeded this down last summer. The rest of this was seeded down in 2021. So I want to roll that field there that was seeded down, and you can't see where I'm pointing, that field there. That field there that I seeded down in 2021, because it goes down over a side hill. And I picked up a few stones down in there. So I'm just kind of driving across this. Kind of a neat little story about this farm here. This is this land, well, this farm that we own is all one parcel, but it was broken up in several different farms years ago. And the guy that owned this farm, not the guy that we bought the rest of this farm from, but this farm here and a neighboring farm just about a mile to the north, these guys were brothers. There was an old barn here, and the guy that owned this, something happened and he got injured working on a tractor, and the tractor caught on fire and it burned the barn down, and he got killed in the barn. I don't know what he was doing with the tractor, but he died as a result of whatever work he was doing to that tractor, if I have the story correct here. So this whole field doesn't have to be rolled, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Alex to roll that side hill part, and then we're going to go ahead and check on some of the ground that I seeded down here last summer. And then we're going to, this will be tomorrow, but we're going to get the grain drill out. We're coming into the tail end of the day here, and I'm going to pick up Alex and Andrew once I leave this farm here, and we'll come back at you in the morning once we get the grain drill out and get it hooked up, get it full of alfalfa seed, and start patching in some of these spots that needed patched in. This is where we picked the 7290 up in that last video. So we'll catch up with you in the morning.